next senior being escorted by his mom, Teresa, and his dad, Ryan, Pete McArdle. Our next senior being escorted by his parents, Greg and Jamie Sparagowski, Connor Sparagowski. And another parent, her son was unable to make it today, Barbara Jess. And our follow-up on our last but not least senior, being escorted by his mom, Barbarita, and his dad, Stefan Johnson. Once again, can we get one more round of applause for the 2020 graduating class?
You're watching Sterling High School Channel 19, serving Pinella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Summerdale, and Stratford. Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the Whitehorse Pike in Summerdale.
And welcome to Sterling High School for tonight's Colonial Conference Wrestling match featuring the Sterling Silver Knights coming in at 13-6, 2-3 in the conference, going against the Haddon Township Hawks at 6-7, 2-2 in the conference. And we are going to meet the wrestlers.
Dylan Jess, senior, Samuel L. Yellen, Stratford, New Jersey. Brandon Grace, senior, Samuel S. Young Middle School, Stratford, New Jersey.
Stephon Johnson, senior, Magnolia Public School, live in Somerdale, New Jersey.
Peter McCardle, senior, Williamstown Middle School, Williamstown and Laurel Springs.
Brandon Sola, 12th grade, Mullen Middle School, Gloucester Township.
Christopher Salto, junior, Somerville Park School, Somerville.
Casimir John Ray, junior, Somerdale Park School, Somerdale.
David Barber Jr., junior, Magnolia Public School, Magnolia.
John Toomey, junior, Yellen School in Stratford.
Jeremiah Davis, sophomore, Gateway, Somerdale, New Jersey.
Trey Potts, sophomore, Magnolia Public, Magnolia.
Dayton Dickinson, 10th grade, Somerdale Park School, Somerdale.
Kevin Stubbs, 10th grade, Yellen School, Stratford.
Eric Shipley, sophomore, Somerdale Park School, Somerdale.
And here we are to get ready to start our match after they do the lineups. Now, again, we have our prospective lineups, or the ones that you think that are going to happen, but there could be changes along the way, John, as we always see.
You're really not sure who's going to face who, and in a way, it affects your opponent sometimes, because you think you're going to be facing a lower guy, and it turns out you'll be facing their #1 guy.
Could happen. Yep. You know, sometimes when you're at that weight class where things always are changed, they shift things around, it can definitely affect the caliber wrestler that you're going to face. And there you go. Look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Haddonfield at the top at 15-4 overall, 4-0 in the division, followed by West Deptford. Sterling at 2-2 in the division, 13-6 overall. Then Collingswood, Audubon, and Haddon Heights rounding out the pack. And we look at our wrestlers lining up, getting ready.
We're going to be starting at 182.
182. Okay, so we're starting at a higher weight, and they have the captains and coaches out there meeting. And John, a good year for Sterling. I mean, we haven't gotten some of their better matches, but a lot of good things have been going on.
A lot of things have been going on. For the longest part, they've been having a nice, good winning streak. Again, their first loss was to Haddonfield. Unlucky for them, but overall, they've been having a really good season. They've been really able to prove that, and a nice win against Haddon Township would really help them too.
And you look at some of their top wrestlers, Brandon Sola, 22-3, John Toomey, 24-2, Jeremiah Davis at 17-3. Basically their top three right now. You got Kevin Stubbs at 19-6. Brandon Grace was doing well, but he got injured. But it's been a good year from kids who've definitely put their time in. Some kids have wrestled since they were young guys in the midget program. Other guys started out as freshmen and really developed.
Really have. And again, this team isn't a full senior team, and they're more of a mixed team with juniors and some seniors, of course. Sophomores like Jeremiah Davis, Kevin Stubbs, and Eric Shipley. And we're gonna see our first matchup between the two teams, and the 182s is not gonna be Jeremiah Davis, but that's a forfeit against Haddon Township, nonetheless. And now we're going into the 195s, who is, I believe this is Jeremiah Davis. Yes, this confirmation for Jeremiah Davis. And again, Haddon Township just forfeited again in the 195s, and we're now going in the 220s. And this is Stephon Johnson against.
Yeah, it's tough to see some of these forfeits because Haddon Township was once a proud program, successful, and it's just down a little bit as we have Stephon Johnson going against Khalif Bangura, a senior at 9 and 8.
And Stephon Johnson right now going to town real quick. He's already trying to got his one leg up, and Stephon Johnson trying to get some points. Already has 2 points right now. And trying to get on his back right now, has him close to as you're gonna get.
Correction, this is Bobby Bridges, a freshman, going against Stephon Johnson here at 220, so we'll correct that. That's Bobby Bridges.
So it's Stephon Johnson is, I believe, a junior.
Stephon Johnson is a senior.
Senior?
Yep.
Okay.
Stephon and Jacob, twin brothers, are seniors. Jacob wrestled a little bit ago, but didn't wrestle this year. Both did an outstanding job on the football field. Two great kids.
Definitely are. Definitely going to be missed by the football and wrestling programs.
Stephon Johnson looked like he was going to get him on the ground, and then Bridges almost turned the tables. Now Johnson's got Bridges, almost had him in a tight spot. And boy, this is some really good
back and forth
action, John. Yep, took the words right out of my mouth.
For a minute, you thought Bridges was going to be about to be pinned, and then Bridges all of a sudden got up, and now Stephon Johnson's now on the ground. And right now, Stephon Johnson is having a trouble time getting up.
Yeah, things have kind of stabilized. Johnson's in that position, if you're on the bottom, that you want to get into, where you get up on your knees, and that is going to be where he is to end the period.
Again, right now, tied 4-4 between Bridges and Johnson. Bridges will try to escape from Johnson, I think, but no, they're going to forfeit this point. So the visitors will get the point. Bridges will actually get the point. They didn't want Stephon Johnson to be trying to not let Bridges escape. They have faith that he will pin him. Or if not, just get those points that they need.
Well, and now Johnson has gone ahead 6-5. Boy, these are the types of matches you like, John. It's back and forth, very even, as the score would indicate.
Really are, and Stephon Johnson's trying to get him on his back, and he might do here in a minute.
He's got Bridges in a tight spot here. He's very close to getting the pin. Boy, Bridges, I don't know if he's going to get out of this one. And he
doesn't. Johnson will get the pin, and that 1 point off definitely paid off for Sterling. And again, Johnson gets the pin.
Good job by Stephon Johnson
to get the pin, and really now get his team up to a really well marginal lead, and it's 18. And
this is Max Lopez.
And Colin McGarth. Max Lopez. McGrath.
McGrath.
Right now, it's pretty difficult. He might get an early pin right away, and he does. Max Collins, a sophomore, just happy to get some varsity minutes in this first time ever.
And it's a Max Lopez just getting out on the mat, and McGrath is the winner there by pin.
And right now we're in the 106. This is going to be Casimir against
John Ray. One of those guys who's having a nice season, no question about it.
Definitely one of those guys that will get you some nice points. Not to mention the experience that he has now, too. Again, he even said he played as a freshman. He didn't play as a sophomore, but now as a junior. And again, most of his weight class are freshmen. So it's gonna be Casimir that's gonna be almost pinned in a minute. And are they gonna pin him? Is he gonna be able to pin him? And it is. Haddon Township all of a sudden coming back to life.
Yeah, record-wise, this was one that could have went either way, and Aiden Donlin got a John Ray in a tough spot, got in full control of the upper part of his body from that point on. John Ray really had nothing to do, didn't have any leverage, and Aiden Donlin comes away with the pin.
Comes out Kevin Stubbs against a freshman, Ryan Dolan.
Ryan Donlin, the freshman.
Kevin Stubbs over there really moving his legs.
Kevin Stubbs coming in at 19-6.
Again, another good record. Dolan tried to go for his legs, but Kevin Stubbs saw that coming and just really said, no, you're not going to do that. Kevin Stubbs almost looking for a pin right there, but it still could be.
Yeah, had control of the upper part of the body of Donlin and started to grab the leg, but kudos for Donlin for getting out, not allowing him to grip that leg, and now Donlin has got Stubbs' leg.
Stubbs was trying to get his leg, but again, Haddon Township looks very energized from that last one against in the 106, and Kevin Stubbs wraps around his leg, and he's got his pretty much whole body controlled, and you can hear the coaches giving Kevin Stubbs advice to see how to do, and I think Kevin Stubbs just got 2 points. Yep. Yes, he did.
Stubbs up 2-0. Kevin Stubbs is a kid, now sophomore, came in last year, even as a freshman, had success. And you can see he was somebody who had experience right from the get-go, wrestled in the youth program. And just the way he's handled himself out there now, you can see he's got some experience.
That's going to be the end of the first period for this match in the 113s. And it's going to be interesting. No, Sterling won't give forfeit this point. But we know Kevin Stubbs usually gets out of these pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it looks like he's moved. Okay, good job there by Donlin.
That's going to be 1 point for Kevin Stubbs. I think that was for breaking out. Again, here we go. Again, back up again. Gets his Dolan's leg. He falls down, grabs Dolan's legs, and Dolan just stood there like deer in the headlights.
Donald's in control of the middle part of Stubbs' body, so Stubbs has obviously gotten the points and has been in control a little bit more. Now you see he's getting some more points here. But Donald's a kid who, even when on the bottom, he wrestles tough. As you see right now, he's got his arm around Stubbs' neck right there. Stubbs does a good job countering.
Again, we've been seeing some really back-to-back wrestling here. Even though it doesn't show right now, but overall, Kevin Stubbs has really had to work for these points.
Yeah. It's tough spot there with the arm back. You almost feel like you're going to get a whistle soon, but they're for an unsafe situation, but they're going to let it go. Obviously, these refs know how far you can go and how far you can't.
That's some really brute strength right there.
And Stubbs was fully suspended in the air, even though as he somewhat had control, but wasn't even touching the ground there for a second. Interesting move, but he was basically reacting to Donlin getting up. And Stubbs, going in the third period, holds a 3 or 5-0 lead at 1:13.
Ken Stubbs. It's really just a stalemate right there. Ref called it. And right now, it's right now 5-1 Stubbs, and Stubbs went for the legs and got 2 more points for Stubbs and lets him go and gives away a free extra point.
He's definitely getting the takedowns. He's getting the escapes. He's getting Donlin on the ground, but again, Donlin is doing a good job wrestling on the bottom, not allowing Stubbs to get in full control of the upper part of his body where he can work for the pin. There was a time when Stubbs tried to get control of the leg as he was getting control of the body, to take away the leverage, and Donlin snapped right out of that.
With about under a minute to go, it really looks like Kevin Stubbs will win this, unless if Kevin Stubbs gets pinned.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that is going to happen. But Stubbs is solid, no question about it.
Again, Stubbs, really, can we talk about energy and how much energy these guys must have right now?
What's that?
Kevin Stubbs has been showing loads of energy.
We're going to welcome Mark Manchio. Mark, Kevin, nice to meet you. Heard a lot about you. Mark Manchio, a what, 3-time state champion?
Yeah.
Okay, 3-time state champion. So one of the greats. And obviously, we're going to lean on you for some of your knowledge here.
Not a problem.
We're kind of wrestling novices, so.
You got it.
This is John Hallwood. John is one of our student broadcasters.
All
This is
right,
Mark
man.
Manchio. Good to see Sterling get out to a lead here, Mark.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, you know. When I was wrestling, we did well against the townships.
Yeah.
So it's good to see us back looking good.
And you've seen a few wins. What are some of the good things you see from some of these wrestlers that have gotten some wins?
Well, you know, they're aggressive,
Yeah.
which you can't really teach aggressiveness. You're either aggressive or you're not by nature.
Right, right.
And it looks like Coach O'Donnell's doing a good job with these guys, you know, shooting in, being aggressive.
Yeah, they've come a long way. You know, you saw Haddon Township forfeit a couple matches. Seemed like we were in that position 4 or 5 years ago, but now we're, you know, we're getting kids out there.
Yeah, it's good to see full lineup. You know, a lot of teams don't have full lineups today.
Yeah,
And,
especially the smaller schools.
Well, yeah, and 14 weights, it's really tough to fill the weights sometimes. So it's good to see Coach O'Donnell's got a full lineup.
Kudos to our trainer who does it all, brings over a chair, Mark Manchio. You can move up here, Mark.
No, I'm good right here.
Sure?
I'm good.
Okay.
Again, Brandon Sola looking to be pinned.
Nice fighting up. Good job.
Again, Brandon Sola, 22-3 against Martin, who, again, senior, 11-7.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys, though, that you can have a lot of losses if you have a tough schedule.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean,
Paulsboro, Haddonfield,
that's what I mean.
Collinswood.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough out there. So I mean, you could be 11-7, you could be a really good wrestler.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's the way it is.
Depending on who you're going against.
Yeah.
What does it look like Solo has to do here in this
Well,
match?
he needs a better first move on bottom. He didn't really do nothing when the whistle broke. And if you don't do nothing, you're going to end up getting caught in something. And this Martin has a bar on, man, and you need a good first move on bottom.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
Right now, Martin's up by 4. And
Now, what are you doing right now? You're coaching? Are you at?
No, I'm retired.
You're retired, fully retired, okay.
Fully retired.
Well, feel free to stop by here anytime we're having a match because...
I was up here, I was helping a couple 8th graders, you know, trying to... So I'll do what I can, you know.
That's good. That's definitely, I'm sure, has a great impact on them.
He needs to clear his arm right now.
Mark, what was your approach when you came out to a match? Obviously, you talk about the aggressiveness.
I
Anything
was
else
always
in
trying to
particular?
intimidate my opponent. I used to do a big jump before I shook the guy's hand. I was always about, you know, bringing it to the guy. That's wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, I was always aggressive, and I just
get in their head a little bit.
Yeah, that's what you got to try and do.
in this, in a way, we hear some wrestlers, it's a mental and physical game.
Oh, it's absolutely, but it's more mental than it is physical.
Yeah. And is that even more so when you get to the, like down the regionals and states?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And it's 4-0 in this match at 120. Aaron
There you
Martin.
go. Should be 7-2 now, yeah.
Solo was, again, another almost get pinned and finds himself a way out.
And two seniors here. Sometimes you see a senior against a freshman. Talk about the difference in age and sometimes how that can play into things.
Well, you know what? When you're in the lower weights, like 106, 113, I would say age, it matters, but not as big of a deal because usually you're wrestling sophomores, maybe a couple juniors, but when you get up to the like 152, 160, and you're a freshman wrestling a senior who's a young man, that's the big difference.
And I can see, again, just being not having a lot of wrestling knowledge, but you see two guys at the same weight, one guy's more grown into his body
Absolutely, yes.
than another guy.
And that usually comes when you hit the upper weights.
Right, right.
The lower weights usually wrestle their same age, for the most part.
Right.
Every once in a while there'll be a senior wrestling 113,
Yeah.
and that's tough, but.
Sure.
Pop your head out. Yep, there you go.
And Solo coming into this match with a 22-3 record, going against an 11-7 Martin, which you said sometimes the records can
Yeah,
be
he
deceptive.
could have wrestled Paulsboro, Collingswood.
West Stepford. Or,
yeah, and the Colonial Conference has always been a good wrestling conference. Always.
It's incredible for small schools how good the conference is. Some of the top teams in South Jersey.
Yeah, it's the truth. Paulsboro's been the king for a long time. West Stepford's always been tough. Collingswood. And when I was here, Sterling, we were good. We won 2 sectional championships.
Now, right now, Solo, with a minute left, down 9-4. What does he need to do?
He needs to get a takedown and try and score on top.
Again, Haddon Township's last 5 matches: West Stepford, Overbrook, Lindenwold, Haddonfield, and Paulsboro.
Yeah. So, yeah, he wrestled some tough guys.
So 29 seconds left, still a 5-point lead for Martin.
Right now, Solo just needs to go full attack. Again, Martin defending well.
Not much to do here with 8 seconds left, and his time runs out in the match at 1:20.
Yeah.
Gets it 10-6. But Aaron Martin is going to come away with a 10-6 win over Brandon Solo at 1:20. And that's going to narrow the lead to Sterling 22-15. We're here with John Hallwood and Mark Manchio, a 3-time state champion for Sterling, greatest wrestler in Sterling history. I don't think there's any doubt about that. One of the all-time greats in South Jersey. Not too many 3-time state champions. I believe Joe Melcuri in the mid-80s.
And Laid Black.
And we've got another stud here, Devon Tucker from the football field.
Who's on the floor right now? Right now, see Haddon Township doing well, and again, Schulz will give us the answers for the names for Haddon Township.
Mike Campanella for Sterling. Put him on here.
And who's the other guy for Haddon Township?
They said Josh. They didn't know the last name, and we don't have a Josh on here, so I'm still going to try and find that out. So give me a second here.
Well, right now, Josh is leading, trying to get a pin. Right now, and Mike is not allowing him to really do that. Mike almost going to be pinned, but ref sees something and it says it might not be a pin just yet. And
Yeah, his shoulders up. His shoulders up.
Mike comes away from being pinned by the buzzer.
Okay, we've got Josh Johnson, who's ahead 8-0 here in the match at 1:26. They all knew he was Josh. It took me a while to get the last name. Has happened sometime.
time against Johnson.
Well, he's making some mistakes. He's pulling the guy on top of him instead of driving forward. He pulled the guy on top of him, and you know, that's just you know, I don't know how long Mike's been wrestling, but you know, that's pretty common for new wrestlers to pull guys on top of him.
What does he need to do right now that he's in this kind of tough predicament on the bottom?
Well, he's got to get his head off the mat. His head's on the mat. He's got to slide his knees up and get his knees under him to build his base. There you go.
Do you tend to, I guess when there's younger wrestlers, inexperienced wrestlers, coaches give more instruction to those guys as opposed to the veterans?
Well, it all depends. I mean, I remember Coach Ahern used to, I mean, he was always on me, whether it was technique or working hard. But yeah, you tend to spend a little more time with the guys that need it, sure.
Yeah. Johnson, there's Campanelle down, but he goes to his stomach there.
And definitely shows that if you're on the Sterling Wrestling team, just prepare to be called up.
Yep. Good experience wrestling at the varsity level.
Yeah, it seems like Coach O'Donnell's trying to get a good matchup for his guys.
Yeah, that's what it's always tough with us because they'll put a potential person, but you never know.
Yeah. It's always
the
about
strategy.
matchups.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the record. Sometimes, you know, you might always get the tougher guy at your weight class.
Sure.
Because of the pairings and whatnot. So we go into the third period with Josh Johnson ahead 13-2 over Mike Campanella.
Campanella just wants to keep it like this, lose by major decision. He doesn't want to get in any scrambles. Not with this kid.
Yeah. It's about not giving up too many team
Exactly.
points at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
How old were you when you started wrestling, Mark?
I was 6.
6, okay, wow. Okay, so you're one of those guys that started young?
Yeah. Looks like Johnson's going to go for the technical fall.
Yeah. Up 15-3. Just over a minute left in this third period.
Ref telling Johnson you have to put him down.
Yeah, one more takedown and it'll be a technical fall.
Yeah. 17-4, Johnson over Campanella. 35 seconds remaining.
Again, one of the coaches for this weight class telling him just go around, just keep going around, keep circling around.
He's going to could get a pin here in the very last seconds, and he gets it. And that's a tough one for Sterling.
Yeah.
And a big pin for Haddon Township.
Yep.
And it was really close to the wire, too. Just 4 seconds remaining, and he just gets it.
And Mark, were they telling him just to turn and turn and spin?
Yeah, they're telling him not to get pinned, but, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Say what?
No, I'm going to go. I got to go.
Okay. Mark Manchio, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, anytime. Welcome here anytime.
It's not Chris Salto, it's Trey Potts. And I believe it is Joe Savell.
Okay, we got Trey Potts, and I'm going to confirm that. Let me just go away for a second here.
Right now, Trey Potts exit out of the ring. And Schulz will bring us the information that we want to know. If it,
This is Dom Seco, wrestling at 132. He originally was listed as at 126, but Dom Seco, a senior, coming in at 12-4, is going to go against Trey Potts. Trey Potts at 16-9. So this is one of those matches that, you know, when you look at it, 22-21, John, could sway this match either way. So this is a real important match here at 132.
really is. And right now, for Sterling, I think a pin would really help them a lot.
Absolutely. Even a win right now.
Oh, yeah. Again, your next big matchup. Again, John Toomey's coming up. Could be coming up next. Again, never know about wrestling. You always switch wrestlers. Again, we still have plenty of wrestling left. Started with the 182s, and now we're in the 132s. Trey Potts right now not in a good position.
Yeah, one thing that's impressive, though, and you heard Mark Manchio talk about, you've got to get, when you get on the ground, you need to get up on your knees, and that's what Trey Potts was able to do. Got his head off the mat. It's usually your first step in maybe getting an escape.
Right now, Trey Potts is left arm, I believe. It's right now really bothering him after that. And Trey Potts right now fighting for his life to get up, and he does, and he's now trying to get Seco ahead by 2 points, and Trey Potts almost did a nice switcheroo on Seco. Trey Potts will try to escape. Just about does, taking down Seco. So Potts will get a point. It's definitely going to be.
And we're going to welcome Devon Tucker. Devon, another pleasure, another Sterling great.
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Hughes?
Doing good, pal. Got the beard growing and everything. Devon, a outstanding halfback here at Sterling, and went on to Western Michigan. I believe you've graduated from Western Michigan.
Yes, I did.
And had a nice career there. And on a team that made some noise in the top 20 in Division I football, correct?
Yeah.
Throughout your career. And you're set to graduate this year, coming up?
I graduated in the fall.
Okay.
I already graduated.
Gotcha. Okay. Good job. It's a good thing. Are you back here now, or are you?
Yeah, I'm in town now. I'm training in Hamilton.
Okay.
This guy working me out.
Okay. And what's your next thing you're going to do in life after graduating? At this point.
Well, next is pro day.
Okay. So you're going to the like a combine type of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. How's everything looking with that?
It's looking great, man.
I know Devon was always a speedster. What's your 40 time down to now?
It's just a 4.4 at this
4.4?
moment. Yeah, we got it. Testing day, we gonna break that. Let's get the 4.3.
I used to race Devon all the time and beat him by like a stride. That's a total lie. Yeah, Devon, I also, obviously, outstanding football player. You wrestled a little bit. And how many years did you wrestle?
I wrestled 2 years.
And I always, looked at you and said, geez, if you probably would have started when you were younger wrestling, you did well,
Yeah, I definitely did. I did okay. It wasn't my best sport, but
But
I gave it a try.
But with technique, there probably were some matches that you might have lost that you would have won. Even though you had, I mean, I've watched you wrestle, and with your strength and athletic ability, quickness, obviously that helped you. But
Yeah,
wrestling,
definitely.
I think, is, and we always talk about it, some guys who are very good started when they were like 6 years old, 5
Mhm.
years old. And now we're at the second period of this match. Now, have you come in the wrestling room and wrestled with these guys at all?
No, I just got back. I'm just training right now.
Oh, okay. Strictly training.
Yeah.
And now Potts trying to get up, but he can't right now.
A 4-1 lead for Seco, but that can change in a hurry. And Trey Potts is more than capable. Obviously, Potts coming in here with a 16-9 record, so he's had a lot of success this year.
Again, Potts, another football player.
That's right. Yep. We'll talk to the football. They always say football and wrestling are good sports to cross over. What do you think? What does football and wrestling have in common in your mind?
Low center of gravity.
Right.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, Coach Wiley made me do it so I could get better at tackling. So.
And then the one-on-one battle, there's got to be something to be said for that.
Yeah, I was a pretty good linebacker here, so I think it worked out. I was both. I led the team tackles at one point.
And also, to tell you what type of person this kid is a high character. He was, he was a highly thought of running back. And was it your sophomore year you moved to offensive guard?
Yeah, I did. I played guard here.
And I remember it like it was yesterday. You might or might not. It was the Overbrook game. Somebody had an interception. And what was you remember what your number was as an offensive guard?
55.
55. Okay, they had an interception, and this kid was 20 yards ahead of everybody. All of a sudden, you see 55 completely chase him down. I don't even think you had an angle of pursuit. You just chased him down from behind, and they're thinking, what the heck is this offensive guard chasing down a running back out, or a defensive back, a cornerback out in the open? And you chased him down, got him down at like about the 10-yard line. Do you remember that at all?
No, I don't,
Yeah?
but it probably happened. I did that a couple times.
It did. And we always remark about that. Just funny. Look, because obviously an offensive guard, rarely do you see an offensive guard chasing down a cornerback after you have an interception and making up about 20 yards. But that was a result of not only Devon's speed, but also his tenacity out there.
Potts.
And it's still a 4-1 lead for Seco.
Let's go, Trey.
For a minute, it looked like dogs chasing their own tails.
Now, what do you think, Devon, what do you think Potts, obviously to make up ground right now, what do you think his strategy is going into this third period?
Get a takedown. Well, he get some back points for sure. Probably throw some legs here. He's good for that.
Just did that.
Seco, a tough wrestler, like we said, coming in at 12-4. And boy, had Potts in a tight
Let's
spot
go,
now.
baby. Oh.
Seco will get a point for that. And 2 more points.
So that's going to extend the lead to 7-3, favor Dom Seco with 1 minute and 21 seconds left.
And I think they spotted more blood, but I don't know. I think it was that. It was timeout.
And this isn't bad because
I think the refs on the points.
Now when you're in a match like this, you're back and forth third period, you're probably gassed.
Yeah,
this kind of gives you a little bit of a break though, right here. And would you agree that the wrestling practices are tougher than football practices.
For sure,
Yeah, every wrestler / football player has said that. And you see
They actually gave him 9
Trey
points.
trying to get control of that mid part of the body. .48 seconds remaining. And obviously, Seiko, a kid with a lot of experience, knows what he has to do in this situation just to secure the win.
Is this kid a senior?
Team match. Seiko is a senior, yes, coming in 12-4.
Again, this team has faced some pretty tough opponents. Paulsboro, one of them. Haddonfield, the division, right now, division leaders. West Defford, the runners-up.
And we're winding this down with 15 seconds left. It looks like, barring a miracle, Seiko's going to come away with the win and extend Haddon Township's, not extend, but give Haddon Township the lead at 24-22. And a good match back and forth, but Seiko comes away with a hard-fought victory. And that's going to, again, give Haddon Township the lead, 24-22. And this is going to be James Barrett from Haddon Township at 12-2. Going against John Toomey. John Toomey, one of the outstanding wrestlers this year from Sterling, a junior. And they just switched the score to 24-22. It's got to be good. Come back and see to the school. See, you got JT Thompson here helping out.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have stayed in touch throughout the years.
For sure.
He's been working a lot with Stefan Johnson, our 220 wrestler.
Okay. I see now.
Boy,
Toomey with a nice quick move.
what are some of the things you see from Toomey that you like in him as a wrestler, Devon?
I like that he's low to the ground.
Yeah.
Well, he got a little twitch to him.
Looks like he's got a lot of quickness. Only 2 losses, and I believe the one loss he went against the kid again and beat him.
I believe so. I can't remember, but I do think so.
So Toomey's ahead 2-1. Barrett just got a point to narrow the lead. Tight team match, 24-22, favor Haddon Township.
Toomey able to really stop Barrett from attacking him.
Doing a good job tying up the upper half and spins him around. Is he going to get?
He got some strength.
They give him a point?
No, they're not going to give him the point.
Anything. Okay.
I was really close, and the whole team was thinking they would, and ref said no, not enough.
The clock definitely helped out there as we enter the second period. Did you have a different approach, Devon, when you went against somebody that you knew you were evenly matched as opposed to if you were a heavy underdog?
Well, I wasn't very, like you said, I wasn't the experienced wrestler, so the coaches didn't even tell me if they was good. They just said you could beat them, and I just I usually put up a good fight if it was somebody well experienced. I put up a good fight, but
Okay, if you did you ever beat somebody and then find out afterwards that they had like an unbelievable record and it was basically an upset? Collingswood, okay.
I don't remember the name, but Collingswood, I think he came back and beat me though. I think I wrestled him again in the tournament. And he beat me.
You ticked him off the first time, right?
Yeah.
He's like.
Now, what did you do to beat him? Was there a certain type of move? Did you get him caught up, or?
My favorite movie was the cement mixer, so it's just real quick, and if I catch you, it's over. I got you.
I remember, I think Mike Lamb was doing the broadcast with us, and cement mixer stands out as some terminology that he was using.
Yeah, it's just like a quick little headlock. It's not a headlock, but it goes right into like a half.
Tough for the other guy to get out of.
Yeah.
Because usually an experienced wrestler, if you get them in something tough, they can find a way to get out of it. But, that, to your credit, was what gave you an upset win. 2-1, John Toomey ahead in the second period with 22 seconds remaining.
And this is a very hard-fought match between these two. Right now, a win would really help Sterling, or even a pin, too. Really would, to get the lead back for Sterling.
So we go to the end of the second period with John Toomey holding on to a narrow 2-1 lead, and this is a big one because this could give with a win here, could give the Sterling the lead back.
Again, next is the 145s. Chris Solto facing a pretty tough opponent against a senior.
And this is Aiden Engwall.
That will be facing up next.
Coming up next, James Barrett here, again, coming in at 12-2. Real good back and forth match here. I mean, this is one of those ones that obviously we're in the third period and still plenty of time left. Anything can happen in this last minute and 20. John Toomey, an experienced wrestler, I'm sure, with the lead. Devon knows what he has to do here. Try to finish it out against a very good wrestler.
Toomey is gonna.
So 49 seconds remaining. What do you think Barrett is going to try to do? Anything particular strategy-wise that Barrett could do against Toomey here, Devon?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Really, it would just be escape. Just force this to overtime.
Yeah.
One.
And right now, John Toomey just doesn't want him to get up.
Yeah, he's really got him secured in the upper part of the body, lower part of the body. And he almost has him turned around. Wow. They're 2 big points.
And Toomey right now needs to get up.
And Toomey is going to get a point to tie this up and send it into overtime. So, no surprise that this match is going into overtime. I think we have a clock issue here.
They're just gonna fix the clock.
Nice little break again, Devon, for the wrestlers.
Don't mind it at all.
No. Go for a minute here. 3-3 tie. We go into the extra period.
Toomey really fighting hard to really get this win for Sterling, and Sterling right now really does need this.
No question. Both teams need this one. And Toomey gets away. Looking to shoot in, but a very experienced wrestler in his own right, in Barrett, reacting to that. Going for the takedown. Oh, no, wow, wow. We had him in a good spot, but Barrett again countered. And we're going to go into another overtime. And this is why the wrestling practices are much tougher than the football practices, Devon, I think, for situations like this.
Now it's going down to 30 seconds.
Look at Toomey having a good base right there, maintaining his leverage on Barrett. Ten seconds left. And he's holding on. You see Barrett trying to escape. And
it's
wow.
A great match.
Running on fumes now, I think.
It's really just who wants it more.
Did you have many overtime matches, Devon?
I think I had a couple.
Yeah.
I don't like my matches to last this long.
And this is where Toomey's looking for an escape, but Barrett's really got him. Got the mid part of his body pinned down. And gets him up in the air. And Toomey out of turn. Wow. Wow.
And you just hear the crowd.
Yeah, that's a big win for John Toomey, and really energizing this crowd. Wow. Just had enough there to get the extra point to win 4-3. Big win there for John Toomey. And that's going to give Sterling the lead at 25-24.
How many matches do you have left?
We got
Chris Saldo. I'll check that for you in a second. We have Chris Saldo against Aiden Engwall.
Chris Saldo having a trouble time, and it's really quick.
4 matches remaining. And they're all matches, I think, that could go either way.
Go score.
It's really gonna be interesting to see how this really goes down to the end. I want to say it might go down, really come down to this last match in the 170s.
It could. Yeah, he's in a tight spot right there. And Engwall comes up with the win over Saldo. A little difference in sizes there, too. You saw. So, Haddon Township takes a 30-25 win on the pin.
152, Sterling takes a forfeit, I believe. And they do. Nice.
Tyler Fullerton. For Sterling, Eric Shipley.
Okay, so this is Tyler Fullerton against Eric Shipley. Tyler Fullerton, a senior, coming in at 5-9. Eric Shipley coming in at 6-13.
Right now, they need Eric Shipley to get a pin.
Yes. He needs a
They
pin.
need 2 pins.
They need 2 pins. Yeah. Right now, down by 11. Eric Shipley, only a sophomore. And the other thing, we talked with Mark Manchio, Devon, about how difficult it is, even though you're the same size as for a sophomore going against a senior. Senior's more grown into his body.
Worked at his weight.
Yeah.
You probably just coming in.
Now, what is your size? What's your weight now?
I'm about 210.
210.
Yeah.
What were you coming out of high school?
Coming to high school, about 200.
A lot more muscle, though, probably, I'm sure now, with all the heavy weight training in the 210.
Yeah, I'm actually coming back down.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, I want to be 195 by pro day.
Okay. The beard was filtering out some of the sound. Mr. K had us make the necessary adjustment. And Fullerton's up 2-0 and looking to get some more points close to a pin. Boy, Shipley's in a tight spot right here with Fullerton on top. And really, you got Shipley trying to use his leverage, but Shipley's battling, but boy, Fullerton's got him really in a tough spot here. And this Shipley is battling. And Fullerton gets the pin and secures the win for Haddon Township. So, tough one there for Sterling. As we go to 170, our final match, and as we said, Haddon Township has secured the win.
This is going to be David Barber.
David Barber.
For Sterling. David Barber, 7-4. Has to face probably a lot of
14. Tough wrestlers, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
David also a football player.
Looks like it.
Yeah, he's got the build. Now, Devon, have you talked to any teams in particular, or
oh no,
pro day? Just kind of going to go there and.
Yeah, I talked to some scouts and just
scouts. Okay.
Some regular scouts. They wasn't.
Okay.
They was NFL scouts. They just came to help us out though, give us advice.
Okay. And where are they holding your pro day? Where's that going to?
At the school of Western Michigan.
Okay. How many guys from your team do you have participating?
We had a bunch of seniors this year.
Okay.
Probably good 9 guys.
Gotcha. Now, did you played at Western Michigan? Who were some of the higher ranked teams that you played? Did you guys ever play? Were you ever play Ohio State?
We played Ohio State. I did. I was redshirted, and that was my freshman year.
Okay.
They played Ohio State, but I was redshirted. I didn't play that good.
Yeah.
We also played Michigan State when they was ranked like number 4.
Oh, okay. And did you play there or your place?
No, they came to us when they
Okay.
was ranked that high.
Is there any like teams that you want to be drafted by, or
Eagles?
There you go. Good answer. That's right. Yeah. Corey Clement, right?
Yes.
Anything's possible. Now, are there some guys that you played with at Western Michigan that are in the NFL now?
Yes. We got tons of linemen in the NFL.
Okay.
Like Chooks, played for the Steelers. Team Mo plays for the Carolina Panthers. Corey Davis, big one, played for the Titans.
Any guys when you look at Dave Barber, gets pinned there to end the match. Any guys you talk to during this?
I still talk to Sam Bill. He plays for the New York Giants. I talk to Chooks from time to time. He's funny.
Good.
That's my old lineman. He's funny.
Good. Well, Devon, man, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on with us, and come on anytime. And,
no problem.
We're going to take a quick break and have a post-game show. Game.
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh, wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
Mr. Schul's back here. Unfortunately, the wrestlers are off. Yeah, had to take care of something. out in the back there, and we weren't able to get anybody for a post-game show. But tough wrestling match here for Sterling, losing to Haddon Township. Some nice wins for Sterling, but not enough to beat pretty good Haddon Township team. For John Hallwood, Mark Manchio, who came on and gave us some of his expertise. Devon Tucker, talked with Devon about football and a lot of different things. And the entire tech crew, Mr. K. I'm Mr. Schulz. We'll see you next time on Channel 19.